This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Off the Tracks. We're your hosts. I'm Kyle. That's Steven across the table from me, as always.
Oh, hey. Hey, guys. Why are you so... Hey, welcome to Off the Tracks.
Hey, I'm
Kyle, and this is Steven.
I'm trying to talk over that jackhammer outside. I don't know if it's being picked up during this recording. If it is, I apologize.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah.
I would go up in volume, not speed.
Oh, my bad. Was it the speed?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of weird about.
Sorry, I'll slow down a little bit for you over here. But yeah, talked to the construction company. We couldn't come to an agreement on when they had to work and when I had to work.
Mm.
So we're recording. Yeah. This is work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hope you guys liked last week's episode.
Low pay, but...
Yeah, really, yeah. 0 times 0 is still 0, Steven. Talking about giving me a pay raise over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you guys liked the first episode where we covered Alice in Chains' Facelift.
Yeah, what'd you think about that?
Huh? It's great, man.
Did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun doing it.
Have you listened to the album since?
Facelift?
Yeah.
A little bit. What about you?
No.
No?
No.
No. I'm over and done with it. So,
I probably will.
Yeah.
Again, one day, I like it.
So tell everyone what we're covering this week.
Oh, God, what are we covering this week?
Well, I asked you.
Oh, well, I thought you were the host. Thought this was your
this
show.
You picked this.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of your favorite fucking bands of all time.
Uh-huh.
So I thought I would give you the space to announce it.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem, Dick.
Letting the guest take over the show.
You're not a guest.
I'm glad you brought me on for a second week.
You're welcome. Because I'm going to start doing it myself next week.
Okay, so this week we're going to cover the album 18 in, what do you call those? Roman numerals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those numerals of Roman.
Yeah, check that out. That's pretty cool. By the band 18 Visions, which was their big return album after, a 10-year break.
They came out in 2016, right?
This dropped in 2017.
So it was an 11-year break, right? Well, no, they broke up in 2007.
Yeah,
their last album.
But 11 years since the album, I guess, since that dropped in 06.
Yeah, their last album they put out was their self-titled in July 2006.
Yep, you got it.
And then the drummer shagged the bassist girlfriend, right?
Oh, I don't know. Rumor. I heard it through the grapevine, but
Oh, you don't want to talk about your...
Who knows if it's true or not?
No, okay.
But,
You don't want to talk about your source?
My source?
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
The former bass player, Mick Morris. Should we already cover this? I was going to cover it on track 4, but you want to go ahead and go over that?
We'll get to it then.
Okay.
Keep it for track 4. So, in my opinion, 18 Visions does not get a lot of credit. They're not a super huge band.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as far as metal goes or anything.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Because it's not like they're unknown, because you'll hear other bands talk about them.
Yeah, you'll hear, what's that one band?
Every Time I Die?
No, but I guess they'll bring them up from time to time or have them as a guest to their Christmas shows. They're newer. I don't really like them.
Motionless in White?
There you go.
They're named after
an 18 Vision song.
Yeah.
So there's that, and they're, I would say, more popular than 18 Visions.
Yeah. You hear a lot of stuff 18 Visions started doing, like, late 90s, early 2000s. You hear that in a lot of metal bands, but they don't get the credit for kind of pioneering, if that's even a term, that sort of thing, like the dissonant chords, where it sounds like a grinding sound, the breakdowns, which I think are probably more of a hardcore
Really weird, time signatures.
Yeah.
Which, a lot of, I guess, math core, or I don't know what you would.
What math core is. I hear math core, I think Dillinger Escape Plan.
Dillinger,
I read it in a guitar magazine, but I never understood what that meant.
I think it's just based on the time signatures. Just having weird time signatures.
Like shifts in the song and stuff? Mm-hmm. Like going from 4/4 to like 12/8 or something like that?
Just unusual signatures, yeah. And those early albums from 18 Visions, really heavy. I would say that was the beginnings of a, deathcore or whatever people call it.
It was definitely, especially that first record. Mm-hmm. It was, I would say their heaviest record, maybe, except for Until the Ink Runs Out. That might be number 2.
Perhaps.
As far as heaviest that they ever put out. But, yeah, just, there's no other way to describe it other than heavy. Mm-hmm. Without it being like death metal or black metal. Because they never had that,
which I don't like all these subgenres.
I don't either.
I call it metal or this or that, but people talk about death metal, hardcore. I definitely think that first album was definitely a mesh of those two things.
Yeah, it's fast, it's loud, but at the same time, it doesn't have that sharp precision that you hear in the notes for like a death metal or black metal. It's very punk as far as simplicity.
Yeah.
But, I used to go sleep to that record.
Interesting.
So, had a friend come in one time. He's like, how the fuck do you sleep to this? I was like a baby. But initially, I'll go ahead and talk about my past history with 18 Visions.
Okay.
Save the best for last, you, because I have to owe my entire love for 18 Visions to you.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
But initially, I fucking hated them.
Well, because you had only heard self-titled?
Yeah, I heard late 18 Visions, 2006, 2007, 18 Visions. They're very mainstream. That was when, for description purposes, we'll call it emo was big.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Guys were wearing a lot of mascara.
They definitely jumped on the, at least for that album, I'm going to say it was like Avenged Sevenfold was big. And that was
you had this trend going on where guys would, not so much Avenged Sevenfold, but other bands would wear like ties and nice clothes, but they would wear makeup too.
Which, that's another thing that I think you can thank 18 Visions for. They are kind of known as the first fashion core band as well.
You're going to throw out a lot of core bands, aren't you? When you add core to the end of a genre, does it diminish it, you think? Or just make it silly?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like the only thing that you could call core would probably be hardcore. And would not be, silly. Even metalcore to me seems silly because it's just a combination of hardcore and metal together.
Yeah.
Which 18 Visions pioneer, but, whatever. We'll go there.
But yeah, I think they were one of the first bands doing the dressing nicely, ties, button-up shirts, some makeup, nice hair. Of course, most of them are working salons and stuff like that.
Yeah, the front man is actually a hairstylist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but, could not stand them. Thought they were just this wussy band. Like trying to be something. And my first time meeting you, you had an 18 Visions hoodie.
I did.
Which was black with pink little birds on the shoulders.
Yeah, they're called wugs. Yeah.
Yeah, wugs?
Yeah.
Is that what they're called? But I was just like, fucking pink. I mean...
How heavy could they be, bro?
Yeah. Fucking pussy willows over here blowing in the wind. Real bands like Shadows Fall and Killswitch Engage. But,
they might be a little heavier than those bands.
Then you and I started hanging out. And you showed me that back catalog. Holy fuck. You want to talk about heavy?
Oh, yeah.
That's a heavy goddamn band.
Yeah. I keep hearing that word. Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
What's that? The heavy?
Heavy.
I mean, it's the only way for me to describe them that does them justice without sounding...
That's from a movie, and it was also used in one of their songs. If you recall correctly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What about you, though? How did you discover this band?
Oh, God. Let's see. I randomly found them somewhere on the internet, I believe. And I had heard, no. My first time hearing them was I was really into the band Him at the time. And they were playing somewhat nearby Cincinnati. And I wanted to go see them.
I'm sure we'll cover Him at some point.
Oh, that'd be fun, right?
Yeah. Maybe bring Brother Zach on for that.
He'd be good. And so I was trying to see like who was playing with them, and it was 18 Visions. So I slowly downloaded one of their songs on Michael Bowler's dial-up, and it was one of the older songs. I was like, well, this is fucking weird, because Him sounds like Him, and this is brutal. And I didn't really like it when I heard it. It was kind of weird, because, obviously down the road I fell in love with them, but it was a different time. I didn't listen to things quite that heavy at that point, especially considering Him wasn't quite that heavy either. Later on down the road, I rediscovered them, and the album Obsession was out, so I heard a song from that, and then I got into it, and then,
that was when
rest is history, I guess.
That's when they started. Obsession came before Vanity, right? Or was it after Vanity?
After Vanity, it was definitely a departure from super heavy, but it still had kind of breakdowns here and there, but they way more melodic. Yeah,
they softened it. I think they started doing that in Vanity, and then Obsession was where they
went full bore with let's try to go kind of mainstream here. Yeah.
But it seemed like other bands got bigger than they did. Like Bleeding Through was hot for a minute, and their frontman came from 18 Visions.
Former guitar player Brandon. I don't know how to say his
last name.
I'm a
butcher, but I think it's Chipetti or Chipati.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. That's how I would say
it. But and then 2007 they quit.
Yeah,
it was over.
Well, I think that was due to the album 18 Visions being kind of a flop. And maybe we'll get into that on one of these tracks, perhaps, as well, because I feel like maybe one of them was maybe kind of about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that we'll get into.
But the rumor is the official numbers, I don't think were out there, but it says it was probably under 100,000 copies of the album sold.
Which is crazy to me, because that Victim, the hit off that record, had multiple playtime on Fuse at the time, back when they played rock and metal.
I definitely bought it first day, so.
WWE used it for their Vengeance pay-per-view that year.
Yeah.
It got played on the radio here, so that's how I knew that it was a hit, because they only play hits here. They don't play any deep cuts.
Yeah. But, well, there was a problem with that, because apparently the label wanted them to put out Tonightless as the lead single. And the band was like, no, we kind of want to put out the rocker instead.
Then you put out the ballad.
Yeah. So maybe
standard practice.
Maybe that pissed off the label and they kind of gave up promoting it, perhaps. Didn't put a lot behind it. Who knows? Who was it? I think it's Epic.
Was it
Put
Epic?
It out.
I thought it was Trustkill they were on.
That was their indie label, yeah.
Oh, okay. But they were on Epic Records at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, maybe that's a part of it. Who knows? I don't know.
And I mean, I guess at that point they had been doing it since mid-90s.
They formed in 95.
So, 12 years.
And then you get that, and then maybe you were promised a huge hit. Who knows what the label told them, and it doesn't quite work out. They toured it for a year, and all of a sudden was like, hey, our 2 last shows are coming up, and we're done.
Did you go to one of their last shows?
Oh, I definitely wanted to, but unfortunately it was in California, and I live in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah. Chain Reaction, right?
I believe so. That was the last one, yeah.
But did you go see them live? With Throwdown, I think? I remember you having the poster.
Nah, that was just an eBay special right there. I definitely saw them at least 3 times, if not more.
Deliver every time?
Oh, fantastic live show. Loved it.
I've seen some live clips, and I'll get into them later. But Yeah, they seem like they would be.
I mean, one year I went to Warped Tour just because they were there, and that's all I cared to see.
They were on second stage, right?
Well, probably.
Yeah, I can't see them playing the main stage with My Chemical Romance or something.
No.
All right, you ready to dive into this album?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's do that after Steve's song pick of the week, huh?
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, what's your pick this week?
All right, well, this week I got a song by the band Sanction from their recently released album, Broken in Refraction, and this song is called Radial Lacerations. So let's check this out.
All right. Hope you guys liked it.
Did you?
Yeah, it was heavy as fuck. God, awesome.
It is pretty heavy.
I would like to say, we are not going to be just a rock and metal.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was going to save that surprise for the end.
Oh, sorry. All right, well, fuck it then.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't hear that.
I was going to say, hey, next week's going to be real different.
Yeah. All right, well, ignore what I just said. Or you can just, cut that out because it's right after the...
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hop in this record.
All right, here we go. 18 by 18 Visions. We got track 1, Crucified.
Yeah, the track opens with the buzzing of bees.
Yeah.
Which, that's kind of... Bees have kind of been like one of their things, right?
It was definitely the cover of...
Until the ink runs out, or was it Yesterday's Time Killed?
Neither of the above.
No Time for Love.
No Time for Love. There it is.
Yeah.
The little 7-inch is the album art is Bees. Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a pretty cool little callback, I guess you could say.
Yeah, they definitely went back to their roots on this album.
I feel like this album was just kind of a fan service. Sounds bad, but
it was we don't have to call fan service. Say a thank you.
A thank you?
Yeah, because they still had a following 10 years after they stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but definitely like a callback. Fan service is the wrong way to say it, but kind of, because there's just a lot of just like throwbacks to other songs, and they just touch on things like that. And I guess we'll get into it. But
yeah, my initial impression of this album is they heard a lot of people doing their thing, and they wanted to come back and show that they could do it better. Okay. There's probably like only one band that I would say has anything over 18 Visions, and that's probably Disembodied, which they pretty much ripped them off, right? Or they took a lot from. I wouldn't say ripped them off, but
who ripped off who?
18 Visions ripped off Disembodied.
Yeah, I would say, but that probably goes against our point earlier that they were like the pioneers of this.
Yeah, well, it was like this person takes from that person, and then a bunch of people take from the original thief.
But I wouldn't say they definitely borrowed some ideas, not an exact copy. Disembodied's still a little different.
Yeah, the biggest thing I would say that they took was the dissonant guitar chords.
Mm-hmm. What's that sound like?
Yeah.
Well, I wish we had buttons to play with.
That wouldn't be great.
Yeah. So yeah, you got any thoughts about Crucified?
It hits you like a fucking hammer in the face.
Yeah, to me it was like, hey, heavy open. This seemed maybe planned, right?
Yeah, like come in with a bang, because it comes in with the bees, and then the guitar like boom, 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 and then you hear James Hart still Crucified, and he screams it.
Yeah.
And then the drums are going 100 miles an hour.
Almost blast beat style here, yeah.
Just heavy. I wouldn't even say blast beat, because blast beats you have like that little back and forth with the double kick. This is just a straight fucking hammer down.
Yeah, that's
over
true.
Over and over and over. Like a fucking UFC beatdown with a fist. Like, you know? Like there's no like up.
It would be good
down,
for
down,
you to
down,
make a
down,
YouTube
down.
video of a UFC clips, perhaps.
Yeah, and just speed up the punch like. And then they go into "I've never been consumed," you know, and the guitar goes back from the blast to a groove.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Should I get into this now about the groove associated with 18 Visions?
Go for it.
Good time.
You brought it up.
Okay, they are fucking experts at this, in my opinion, where they will come in and blast you, go back into a groove. Like the closest band I would make a comparison to with them, as far as being able to just hit such a catchy groove with their guitar riffs and the drums and everything. Put them up there with Pantera. Yeah.
Every Time I Die?
Every Time I Die, I can do it too. But
I thought that's who you were going to say.
No, Pantera, because to me, Pantera is one of the sickest metal bands that can just capture you in a groove and just go with it.
Sure.
But then, going back to the lyrics of the song, I've never been consumed, never conformed, and then you hear the guitar player, which his name is
Keith Barney,
go, like you.
Yeah, former vocalist also, so yeah. Not for this band, but yeah.
Well, check out is it still available? Can you still check out Rain?
I don't know. It was on MySpace, so who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it was years ago.
Yeah.
I remember that being great.
But he was he started his own band after 18 Visions, Monuments to Thieves, so check that out. What else was he in? I can't remember. Sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, the way he curls like you in that growl, it just compliments James' vocals.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have like an idea of what this may be about?
Listening to the lyrics and stuff, it sounds like somebody's just falling, from the top of the mountain. Like you once were a king, but you've become a pawn.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I guess my takeaway for this was, well, heavy open, which I wrote down as like, this is a statement, perhaps, which kind of went over, I guess.
It's definitely meant to hook you.
Right and then lyrically, maybe it was kind of like it's called Crucified. Maybe they want the listener to be like, hey, I'm crucified for maybe being different or something, because they talk about not being consumed and maybe conforming and stuff like that.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like a thing about selling out, you know?
Perhaps.
Like, you know, you're king, but then you sell out for more fame. Mm-hmm. You're deceived by the record company. Kind of like what you were saying, like, which we'll get into in another
track, yeah.
Yeah, just like these underground darlings sign their big major record label. They're promised all these things, and they're just being manipulated.
And maybe they feel crucified by the fan base for that.
Could be.
Yeah, who knows? I think that's all I got for Crucified. What about you?
I'm good. Let's move on.
Oh, other than sick-ass breakdown.
Yeah, let's talk about these breakdowns. Where do breakdowns come from?
I have no idea. You're the music guy here.
Well, like, you're more of a... Because I feel like breakdowns come from, like, punk and hardcore, and you're more that kind of field, where I'm more, like, rock, straightforward metal. But yeah. Does it come from that, or does it come from, like, just taking a heavy-ass riff and just slowing it down?
Yeah, I don't know the conception of the breakdown, but I love them.
Well, I think I could be wrong about this. I'm not musically trained or anything, but excuse me, they it might come from like taking the spot in other songs of like an outro or something. Because I would say I might keep going back to Pantera in this, as weird as that is, but Pantera would do kind of breakdowns too, like in Domination at the end. But when I hear breakdowns, I think hardcore. I think 18 Visions. So,
maybe it's a lazy writing thing in the sense, like you said, maybe like we don't know how to finish the song, so let's just fucking rock for a minute.
Yeah, let's give people something they can, fucking
ninja kick too.
Slam kick and mosh.
Yeah. Did you have a ranking of breakdowns on this album? Because my first note, because I was listening to this in order, obviously, and I wrote maybe the best breakdown on the album, but then I got to track 2, and I was like, well, maybe this is it. I don't know.
Yeah, it does no good to pick, because it fluctuates. Whatever hits you that day, like, fuck, this is sick, it's the best one, and then you'd be listening to the album like the next day, and you're like, no, wait, this is the fucking sickest one. But because that's what you do when you're holding on your steering wheel, bopping.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
but
that's what I do.
So, how many days in a row did you listen to this record when it first came out?
Oh God, many.
Yeah,
I mean, I waited 10 years for this fucking thing.
It stayed in my CD player for a while. I actually, my copy is stuck in that truck out there. I can't get it out.
Oh well, at least it was a good one.
Yeah, right.
But you ready for number 2?
Let's go. This is The Disease, The Decline, and Wasted Time.
So what do you think about this one?
That fucking opening riff, man.
Yeah, my first thing I wrote was The Bends.
Yeah. If you guys haven't figured it out from the Alice in Chains episode, I am a sucker for a great guitar riff. And this is one.
Yeah.
The boom, the boom, the boom, the boom.
Is this what you would call it, a bend?
Yeah, he's been in the guitar string. Yeah. It's just slow and it's heavy and it's sluggish, but it sounds so massive.
I love it. Love that open.
Yeah.
It's great. Speaking of Alice in Chains, I was going to ask you about this. The kind of, I guess the chorus of the song.
Yeah.
Almost Alice in Chains-esque vocally.
Is it the Too Many Times I Bled for You? Is that where it starts? You can kind of hear it, but I didn't get Alice in Chains from it.
Okay.
It's a great fucking chorus though. Like it's catchy.
Yeah.
Like the guitar and it's like too many. I can't sing. It's like dum 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 dum.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask you, man, because I read it somewhere and I was like, Well, I kind of hear it, I guess. It's definitely different than their previous cleans. Yeah. A little more gruffed up and whatnot.
But. And then they go back into the I watch you burn every bridge, and he goes back to growling it. I hope you know how to swim. Mm-hmm. Choke on the air you breathe.
But this is just a catchy but heavy as fuck song. I love it.
This seems like a good time to bring this up. To me, I will say this about them. This is a criticism of them.
Okay.
They have not always been the strongest lyricists.
Oh, I love the band, and I 100% agree.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, it was like a 16-year-old's fucking venting journal.
Yeah.
But it seems like with this record, they, it's not going to be thought-invoking, but it's definitely great. It's great songwriting, in my opinion. Like, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's definitely still not making you think or anything, you said, but it's still all fairly simple shit.
Yeah, but better than
which I'm not trying to talk shit because it still works. I mean, it's fine. It's heavy music. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Not every song has to have a message.
Yeah, I just want to rock out and be pissed off or whatever,
Maybe I do too much thinking in my day to day. I just want to forget about all that and just feel emotion for a minute, raw.
Yeah,
energy.
All right, so you got anything about what this might be about, in your opinion?
Looking at it, your life has become a fucking waste of time. I watch you slip, I watch you fall from grace. It's kind of the same message from the first song, right? God, I hope we don't get into this. Maybe. Like, we just start talking about these songs and we're like, God, this is actually a really terrible album.
Well, who knows what's going to happen? It's off the tracks, baby.
Yeah, that's true. This fucking train could go off of them anytime.
My takeaway was maybe it's about being used by someone, and maybe you're finally giving up or / realizing that, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah, there's definitely
because obviously too many times I bled for you, shit like that.
Definitely like a parasitic undertone here.
Yeah.
Because you're just a fucking leech.
Yeah.
It's not even an undertone. It's just like, hey.
It's pretty blatant.
Yeah. You find the weakest mind, you force your way inside, feeding upon their soul until they bleed no more. It's definitely talking about a fucking leech here. Yeah.
You're just a fucking leech. Yeah.
Psychic fucking vampires over here.
Okay, so here's a little tidbit about the song. I don't even know if you know this. All right, so we know they broke up in 2007.
Yeah.
They didn't come back until 2017. But apparently they had talks in between 2010 and 2013 about doing this. And it just never quite worked out for everyone, which is unfortunate because Mick was still around at that point and he really wanted the band to get back together, it seemed like. And then they did, and he was gone. But
yeah, do you think him, dying had a part in them getting back together?
I mean, maybe hey,
shit.
We're gonna help you out, or do this for you, or something.
Yeah, in memory of you, because we'll get into that here in a little bit.
In about 2 tracks, yeah.
But maybe they just brought them together. Like, hey, we could be gone at any time. Do we really want to leave without trying this one more time?
Sure, yeah. And I guess it's probably just fun for them at this point because they're not touring heavily or anything, just kind of doing it whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, it's definitely
because they have real jobs now, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they're an adult band.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're like, yeah.
But anyways, as I was saying, 2010 to 2013, they were potentially going to do this. Didn't quite work out, but they did manage to get a song together. And this was one of them.
This one right here we're talking about.
The disease, the decline, the wasted time. Yeah. Apparently how it goes, I believe one of them was hanging out with the guy that did produce this album or whatever, and he heard it. And he's like, what the fuck's this? And it's like, well, we worked on this, whatever. And he was like, this is fucking good. Let's do something with this. So, and here we are.
Yeah.
And that makes me think the title, maybe that reflects that. Wasted time, shit like that. I don't know.
And then
I'm reaching, maybe.
The disease, decline, maybe that harkens back to what we were talking about with the first song, Crucified.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. Just
I think
food for thought.
I think it's a great theory. Yeah.
My thing, this song, but then that build up and the shouts to that insane fucking breakdown in the
where
song.
he's like, "Now we witness your bitter end, go."
Yeah,
and then it's get your quarters ready because you're gonna have to put them in the mosh meter.
That's right. Yeah, we do have to bring up mosh meter more often in this song or in this show.
That's a great thing.
That's gonna have to be a shirt.
Yeah,
mosh meter.
Get your coins ready for the mosh meter. Yeah.
And again,
we get a picture of Zach in a hoodie, just X's on his hand.
So, talk about like callbacks or whatever. To me, this breakdown was similar to a previous song from Obsession, Tower of Snakes. Yeah.
It's a great callback to that, I think.
Very similar, I think.
Yeah.
But like, new, you know?
Well, Tower of Snakes was a banger.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
But just all the squealies and whatnot in this breakdown, it's like, that's very Tower of Snakes. Yeah. So check that out.
That should have been a bigger hit.
Oh, yeah. But listen to this breakdown and then go back and listen to Tower of Snakes. And
it's on
you'll
YouTube.
Hear what I'm saying.
You can watch the video. Watch Mick lick his bass.
I just love those squealies.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about that.
Yeah. That what we're talking about is the dissonant guitar chord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that
where they stretch the notes. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't have enough beer in me to talk about this right now. But, yeah, definitely a sweet little trick. I remember I was using it in our band. Mm-hmm. And I had somebody from another band ask me how I did them. I was like, no, I'm not going to tell you. Because I'm a dick.
He won't even tell me?
Yeah. I was like, I don't know why. You couldn't figure it out. I mean, you were at every practice. Like, you could just look at my hand and see what I'm doing. But
I was too busy being pissed off.
I got you. Yeah. Drinking your honey, getting ready to sing.
Yeah. Trying to do my best James Hart for the day. Ready for track 3?
Yeah, let's move on. Let's do it.
All right, track 3, Underneath My Gun. Go ahead.
All right, this opens with, if you're a wrestling fan, or hell, if you're a movie buff.
Yeah.
Opens with a sample from They Live, starring Roddy Piper. Mm-hmm. Where he's like, I've come here to chew bubble gum and kick ass. And what comes next, you know the rest.
He's all out of bubble gum. Yeah. And we hear some gunshots. Which ties in guns in the title of the fucking track. I mean, come on.
Yep.
Which also is a very cool video if you want to check that out on YouTube. It does feature the guitarist Andy Williams from Every Time I Die doing the Roddy Piper role
on and
in the zombies movie.
So, I've never seen that movie.
Oh, it's fantastic. You gotta check it out.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. Which is a fun little video. He goes around, he's doing the whole glasses gimmick. You see the bad people. He goes to the concert, the band's playing, they're all that, and he ends up killing them. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Alright, so what you got for this song?
Man, definitely great track 3.
This is a good track 3.
Till I killed your pride.
Okay, so once again, another throwback because they're using movie clips again, and this was very heavily used in the earlier albums.
Yeah. What was it? Till the Ink Runs Out, where they sampled The Shining?
I believe so, yeah.
It's okay, Mom. I learned all about cannibalism. I know all about cannibalism.
Yeah.
I learned it from the TV.
It's okay.
Yeah.
He watched it on the television.
Which, this is the first band I remember doing that.
Really?
I could be wrong, but yeah.
It's kind of a thing in this genre a little bit during that time, early, mid-2000s, it seemed like.
Well, it seemed more of a punk, I'll go back to this, punk or hardcore thing, because I remember Casey Jones doing it on like every track for their first album.
Yeah.
So.
Which he is now a member of 18 Visions, right? Was that Josh James that's in Casey Jones?
That sounds familiar. I remember reading that.
I think he's the singer, right?
Yeah, he plays guitar.
And obviously he's Edge, and he's a guitar player in 18 Visions now.
Yeah.
Which he's also the guitar player in
Evergreen
Stick to Your Guns and Evergreen Terrace, yeah.
Are they still a thing?
Evergreen?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. What's this about?
Let's see. Let's read some of these lyrics here. there's no mercy for what you've done and no forgiveness underneath my gun. It's just a matter. And then they hit that fucking groove right there, man. Like, and it was only just a matter of time until I killed your pride. I killed your pride. Sorry. Fanboying it up over here. Take away what you don't know. It seems more or less the same thing, man. Just giving a middle finger to the record company.
Really, the record company?
That's what I got.
Why do you say that?
I'm just reading it, and it's like, buried by the look in your eyes, by the look in my eyes. You can't take away what you don't own, and you don't own me. I thought you should know.
Don't own me? Yeah. That's a good point.
It's only a matter of time until I killed your pride. They had a lot of like hopes for them busting out and being a big hit. Maybe a blow to their ego. When 18 Visions didn't do as well as you, like, what'd you say? Like only 100,000 copies?
Not even, apparently.
Yeah.
To me, I took away, it's like, maybe this is like a knocking someone down a peg that thinks they're like better than or something.
Yeah, but where do you think the you can't take away what you don't own?
I don't know. Well, people better than you think they own everything because they're better than you. How about that?
I don't know. I think I'm better than a lot of people. I don't think I own it.
I don't own shit.
Yeah. I don't own a goddamn thing except my thought, my dream.
Also, about, a minute 45 into the song goes into another sick-ass breakdown.
Yeah.
Just nonstop.
Also, guys, if you're crunched for time, you can definitely fit time in to listen to this album. I think it's only like 30, 35 minutes.
Yeah, it's very short. I pretty much listened to the whole damn thing on the way to Kyle's house.
Yeah. We were talking about doing the show. And
I mean, 2 of the songs are under 2 minutes.
Yeah. We were talking about doing the show. I was like, I should probably listen to this one more time just to kind of get a refresher going into it. I was like, fuck, do I have time? It's 11:30. We started recording at noon. And I sat down. I looked at all the times on the songs. I was like, yeah, I'll be fine.
I got that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quick, but it's good.
It's like a sprint, baby.
Love it. Also, okay, this is probably the groove you were talking about, I think, in the song, where it kind of leads into the breakdown. It's kind of groovy, and then you hear James, and he's like, I know the darkness.
Yeah.
I've broken bones, or whatever.
I've broken bones. Sorry if I turn you off of the album.
Sounds so fucking cool when he does it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Not us.
If we had some money for some copyrights, we'd throw it in here, but
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But,
or if we had a better setup.
Yeah. But, yeah, I know what you're talking about there.
All right, you got anything else for track 3 here?
I am done with it. Like you said, total groove, variation on a theme for me.
All right, number 4, Live Again. What you got for me? I think this is... I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and say this is your least favorite song on the album.
It is, but I love the album, so that's not saying it's a bad song.
Okay.
It's just, for me, not my favorite.
All right,
but fine. I appreciate the significance of it.
Yeah.
If it's actually meaning what I think it means.
I wish I brought my album because there's an insert with like a writing that James did for Mick, and it kind of ties into the song, but unfortunately I forgot.
Oh, well. Yeah, this is the quiet song on the record.
Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely the softest song on the album.
And we can pretty much agree this is about Mick Morris, right? McDeath?
Oh, 100%.
Because him and James Hart were, like, tight.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
James Hart's a singer, if we haven't said that yet.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, this is a tribute, miss you, love you, brother kind of song to me.
Yep, you'll live again through this record.
Yeah, and I think, he lives again because the band is back, right? And that's kind of my takeaway for this.
Let's see. Let's look at some lyrics. You'll live never far beyond the page. Broken pieces perfectly arranged. Beyond the page, the lyrics, I guess, is what he's referencing.
Yeah, perhaps, yeah.
And I guess they're talking about his condition, right? A life in total despair, always hurt to breathe.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I guess I'll break out those notes about him. So he died on June 3rd, 2013 from a pre-existing heart condition. Apparently during this time he was like in and out of the hospital. They finally let him go home, and he died in his sleep.
Damn.
Yeah. And he was 34 or something like that.
Nowhere near 40.
Yeah.
So young.
Yeah. Crazy. But cool dude. Chatted with him a few times on the internet.
I didn't know if you wanted to get into that, but yeah, you and him had a kind of little AIM thing going on.
Yeah. Back in the day when AIM was still a thing, I somehow got his screen name. I don't know how, but there it was. And I was like, well, I'll see if it's him. I have a little chit chat. After the band broke up and everything, and he actually sent me some demos that they were working on for the next album before they broke up. And I don't know how many people actually heard those songs.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, right?
Did you ever put them out there for other people to listen to, or did you keep them?
I never gave them to anyone. That didn't seem right, other than I did bring it up to James, the singer, actually. Yeah. And he was like, how did you get those? I don't even have them. And he asked me to email them to him. And I think he actually made one of them into a song for his other band. So
Burn Halo, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was kind of listening to that album and then heard that, and I was like, did I make this song happen?
They in my eyes, you're their biggest fan. Oh. So they should definitely, give props to you.
They should do something for me, yeah.
But, yeah.
Maybe we can get James on an episode one day.
This is going back to the song "Live Again." This is actually one of the songs I noticeably hear the bass.
Really?
Because they tune way the fuck down on this record, even lower than they used to. Because I think they tuned down the A for this record.
Did they?
Drop A or something like that.
I have no idea.
I just remember you're the guitar guy. Reading it somewhere. Like, I'm not going to say for sure, but like.
Okay, here's my thing, and I guess that's what you're getting to. Is there actually bass on this album or not?
Well, it is in this song because I hear it.
Okay.
Like, I actually hear a distorted bass guitar.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering if that was just guitar or maybe with an effect or something.
Well, I was going back.
Because it almost has, to me, like I wrote, it's almost like a Manson-esque sound for like the verses here.
Well, maybe they do use like a synth or something to drop it down to the bass registry. But I don't know. I just thought it was a bass recording. And I thought, when I listened to this again today, I was like, is this the only song with bass in it? Mm-hmm. It's not. But in this, I thought it was at the time. I was like, that would make sense. This is the tribute to McDeath. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have a prominent bass track. But going back, because like, you don't really hear it through this whole record.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like they tuned down. And they were already tuned low to begin with through their whole career. They tuned C sharp, but the low E string, the thick string on the guitar, they tuned down another step to B. Mm-hmm. So they could play power chords with one finger. But it was fucking heavy. But it seemed like they tuned down lower for this record.
Because there is this, since Mick is dead, and so out of respect, they decided to not have a bass player in their band anymore.
Yeah.
And on their live shows, they just play his bass tracks over the house speakers. So.
That's really cool.
Yeah. But imagine, like, the timing they actually have to do for a live show now. Like, you can't fuck around and do something because the bass track's going to do what it does, right?
Yeah.
So you just have to play the song like you're supposed to play the song, right?
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I guess so.
they just groove with it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's fair.
I'm not diminishing them. I think it's they could play with it.
Okay, but it's like, I don't know, because obviously you have the band there usually. Mm-hmm. You can kind of go on a tangent or whatever you do, extra breakdown, extend, whatever, who knows. But for this, it's like, how much work do they have to do to actually practice before a gig to get all these timing cues down when you're just really relying on a track instead of the bass player? It's kind of neat. I don't know.
That's major props to him because that's really cool. Not a lot of people, I think, do that.
Yeah, at their shows they have, I assume it might actually be his bass amp and his bass, and it's got a candle on it and whatnot. So
very cool.
Pretty cute. Yeah, so Live Again, big tribute to Mick Morris, R.I.P. I don't know what else I can say about it.
Yeah.
There's a video for that one too, so check that out.
This song is definitely a tribute to McDeath.
Yeah. All right, number 5, which is maybe the hardest song title-wise. Laid to Waste in the Shit of Man.
I will admit on this track that I didn't know the name of it. Mm-hmm. But, and I tend to do that with records I listen to. Like, I don't learn the names of songs. I just listen to it and go on with my life. Like, oh, I love track 4. It's awesome.
Okay.
But, yeah, I saw the title of this and I was like, damn, that's brutal.
That's a title.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you think about this? Because I didn't really come up with anything of what I guessed what this might be about.
I like the groove of this one. Because he's like, no, I've been taken down this road before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like the open. It starts with like a drum, pitter patter, and the drums sound really cool. And then just a fucking super driving guitar open.
Yeah. Drags the filth, the misery laden slop, the race of man.
Do we know what that's from?
I don't.
That's the one song on this that every lyric page didn't know what it was from.
Yeah. But it's definitely cool.
Yeah, I like it.
I'll throw it. Major cool, dude.
Yeah, super chill.
Yeah. AF. But this one, let me look at these lyrics for a minute here. I know I've been down,
you go ahead and
taken
look
down this road before. You can see what I've seen. I think you'd want to choke. All
I got is society is collapsing and fuck it.
Now, you definitely get that from the statement at the beginning, right? The drums and the chugging guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes me think of Taxi Driver. Looking at fucking filth all night and shaving yourself a mohawk and going out for a gun and, you know.
Kyle just watched Taxi Driver for the first time.
I did, yeah. But, oh my gosh.
I couldn't come up with anything.
Or will I self-destruct by killing more than time if this is the end? Now I think I'm breaking down, but I want more. I hate to never know. Maybe this is a song about just giving up or, you know, dying slowly.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's looking at all the temptations and stuff, I guess, because you made a mention of this record like it seems like it's it's like a love letter to being straight edge.
Well, not the album, but it's a few songs for sure.
Songs? Oh, okay. Sorry. Maybe that's just me assuming.
You know what happens when you do that?
Don't. We're on a good roll here, don't. But, yeah, I don't know. In the shit I lay to waste, I guess it's just looking around
and that part was very Avenged Sevenfold for me.
In the shit I lay to waste? Mm-hmm. The way he sings it or the...
Yeah, vocally, yeah.
In this shit
I lay to waste. Very M Shadows.
We're sitting over... Fuck M Shadows. We're sitting over here... no, I'm just kidding. That dude could kick my ass. I've seen his guns. We're sitting over here doing that, like singing these songs, and we're cringing, but, you know, that's going to be what makes the show, right?
I love when they sing.
Yeah. It's awful, but it's awesome. I ironically love it.
But is it not very Avenged right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a talk the other day about me trying to guess what your favorite song in this album was. Mm-hmm. And it was this, right?
This one?
Yeah.
No, it's Spit.
It wasn't one time. You said it.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Lady.
Like when it dropped and you said it, and it blew my mind because I was like, there's no way you like that vocal part because you shit on like their previous album where it was more like that.
You know, it could have been just one of those things like I was talking about the breakdown. Like you can't pick a favorite one because it just depends on the day, like what you're feeling. And maybe I was just feeling it that day. And I'm guilty of doing that. I know I am. Okay. Being like, oh, it's my favorite record of all time. That's just what I've listened to this past week and I'm fucking into it. I'm just overselling it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I definitely don't think I could put this above Spit.
Okay.
As far as doing like another listen to it.
All right. That's fair. But yeah, I like it. I haven't not liked the song yet. Yeah. That's all I can say.
Solid.
But again, I might be a little biased.
Yeah, I would say you are. Because I don't know. Can you think of anything they've ever done that you were kind of like, this shit sucks? It's hard to do when you're a big fan to actually say something's bad.
Jeez. There's got to be a bad song in there somewhere.
I don't know. You liked 18 Visions self-titled, so.
Dude, that is just a fucking rock record, man. It's good.
Look, I'll go ahead and say it.
The production values were just fucking insane. I loved it.
Fuck. That's not what brought him to the dance.
Yeah, but it was just perfect.
That was them selling out right there.
Man.
Right there. Getting overproduced, not being that grungy.
They didn't make any money, so they didn't sell out.
Can't sell out if you don't make any money. If nobody's buying, how you going to sell out?
Exactly.
But,
sold under 100,000 copies. It didn't sell out.
Look, even though I'm into this band, love the old records, love this record, I still do not like self-titled. I probably don't like...
probably most of the Obsession either.
Yeah. Vanity. Vanity's okay.
Mm-hmm.
My real love is a heavy, raw 18.
Lifeless. Yeah. Yesterday is Time Killed.
Yeah.
Until the Ink Runs Out. What's that one? No Time for Love.
Yep. And then the record, the best of, where they just took all the big hits off those and just redid them in the studio, but they were still...
And one new song, Motionless in White.
Oh, yeah. Okay. God, great record.
Yeah. It was very good.
Yeah. You want to talk about breakdowns?
Yeah.
Motionless in White. And I'm not talking about the band.
All right. Where are we at?
We're
kind of went off the tracks there.
Laid to Waste and The Shit of Man.
Yeah. Did we come up with anything?
Just that I was very surprised to read that as a title for a song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think it's just being weighed down by things you don't agree with in society.
Right, I'll take it. Let's move on to track 6. Oath.
This was the first hit, right?
First single they dropped, yeah.
Yep. This was the one that...
If you can call it a single, I don't know.
This was the one that they had the vocal part out first. It's kind of like a tease, right?
I believe so, where you're like, "Ugh, it sounds like shit, and I'm going to hate this."
Yeah, you showed it to me. And that's what I was worried about. I was like, oh my God, they're coming back. He's been doing Burn Halo this whole time. I'm not a big fan of Burn Halo, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just going to be 18 Visions with a little bit of Burn Halo mixed in.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear that, and I'm just like, and it's isolated. There's no guitar. There's no backing track.
Yeah, it was just him literally holding the microphone, recording himself scream.
And, was not into it. And I was like, God, this is going to suck, Steven. What the hell are you doing to me here?
And I said, Kyle, you hear it on the album, it's going to sound good.
And I was like, I don't know, because I'm stubborn.
And what happened?
Well, I heard it on the album, and it was good. But, yeah. You want to talk about this song?
You go first.
All right. The music video, I think, was released before the record, right?
Yeah, I believe they had made all of this announcement on like one day. I believe it was April 20th, which is kind of funny. Straight Edge Band, 420.
Oh, yeah. Well, that goes back to your whole statement about songs being pro-edge.
2017, which was 10 years to the day of their last show. Before the comeback, obviously.
Didn't they have a countdown clock for this?
Yeah. That's kind of how it all started. Out of nowhere, 18 Visions official popped up on Instagram. And it's like the countdown begins, blah, blah, blah. And like weekly, they would give kind of a slight update or whatever. But yeah, the song, video, and all the album details dropped on that day.
Yeah. So... this one is another one of those tracks that it just kind of pummels you.
Yeah.
Kind of like the opening track was.
Very short, sweet. Yeah. Well, maybe not sweet. It's pretty heavy.
No, it's a blitz, for sure. It's heavy. It's fast. Take your shame. Explodes for all to see. You're broken over, prosecuted, judged and buried.
Mm-hmm.
Soul convicted. And then song's short, like 2 minutes flat, right? Maybe
if
2 seconds.
That.
Maybe 2 seconds on top of that. Yeah. But it's nothing as far as length.
Yeah.
Heavy, and then We Will Keep This Oath. we keep this oath.
All right, so I think we had maybe differing takeaways from this song. So what was yours again?
For this one, for me, it was, this is the song that they released first. This was their declaration, hey, we're back. And, you know, we made a pact to be heavy as fuck back in the day. We're honoring that pact with this song.
Okay.
So,
to me, it was just straight edge anthem, and hey, we're still edge, and fuck you. That's pretty much my big takeaway from this.
You can go either way. I would like to...
they're keeping this oath to continue to X up on a daily basis, and that's about it.
I would love to hear from James or somebody in the band, Keith, and see what these lyrics are about.
Like I said, well, I'll have to reach out to him. I guess I got his email, so we'll see.
I'm kind of tight with him, you know.
Anything else about Oath here?
Nah, man.
All right, let's get to your favorite track of the day. Number 7.
My favorite track of the day. Yeah. Opens up with the Gangs of New York sample, which I didn't know was from Gangs of New York.
Me either, until I just read it today.
Yeah, I thought it was from Sopranos or some shit. I've never seen Sopranos, but it sounded Italian to me.
Oh, it's very good. You should watch it.
Yeah. I tried watching like 2 episodes of it. I just kind of fell off.
Missed out.
But, like, I know your works. You were neither cold nor hot. So because you're lukewarm, I will spew you out of my mouth. Like, it almost borders on like fucking Seinfeld for me. But,
and then it kicks in. I will spit.
Yeah. Spit you out. I killed it. And then this is the second track where you hear bass.
You think so?
Yeah, I hear it like right there where he goes.
I don't know what bass is supposed to sound like.
Even
though I play bass,
it's just this dirty. Well, on this track, it's just this dirty low end growl that you hear thumping with the drums, where he's like, "I kill just to justify before I take. Yes, I kill just to feel so alive." Continues
feel
on.
So alive.
Yeah, and then the guitar kicks in, and it's like. And it's like, I could be the reason you can't fight off your demons. Why the fuck was this song not a hit? Why didn't it get a music video?
Dude, this song. First of all, I'm going to say it's just another straight edge song. That's my takeaway.
Oh, definitely. Or it's about kicking an addiction for sure.
And fuck, man, does this song got some swagger to it?
There's so much.
Like you were saying, those vocal pieces where he says, I kill for whatever, and then the second vocal comes in to feel so alive, like just cool fucking rock swagger.
And then, speaking of swagger, the way they cut into that, I could be the reason. Like you just go back and forth with it, you know, like
which is another thing that I think they always kind of had that made them different from people that were maybe similar in the heaviness or this or that looks, whatever, but they stuck out because. Maybe they were heavier than rock bands, but they kind of had the swag of it.
Yeah.
You know?
They definitely had that rock and roll like swag to them, like you say.
Yeah.
But, God.
Killer track.
Hell.
Vocals are great in this song, especially. Like I said, the back and forth with him switch in, and then it just adds, I don't know, just such a cool effect to it.
Yeah. Fuck, reading this, though. Seems like this song's about heroin.
Hit me.
Like the needles got you showing that you're just so fucking chemical. Yeah. I could be the reason you can't fight off your demons. Like a drug, like an enabler or something. Because it's just so fucking chemical. You know, talking about endorphins, the release. You know, spit you out. And I've got you thinking the shit has got you twisted because it's just so fucking chemical. I used to think it's just a fucking chemical.
It's just a fucking chemical. That's what I heard too. Yeah.
High is getting low, and the sweat is getting cold, or sweats are getting cold.
Yeah.
Like withdrawals. And
shit.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a song about me having withdrawals from the lack of music they put out.
So we're going to spit you out a new record.
Yeah, there you go.
I will spit you.
They're here to feed me my addiction.
And the shit ain't lukewarm, motherfucker. It's white hot.
I mean, I could be way off track here. I don't know, but I think it's about me.
And then I think the most like pop-esque part and it's catchy as fuck, is where he's like, I'm the one you see that brings you to your knees. Mm-hmm. I'm the one to behold. Mm. So fucking good.
That sounds so good, right?
And I will say that I'm not a fan of Obsession. Mm-hmm. Not a fan of 18 Vision self-title, where a lot of the songs were singing. Mm-hmm. But holy fuck, if they sounded like this, I'd go buy them tomorrow. If you're going to listen to one song off this album, I might say this one. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
I think it's got all the pieces that you need to get a sampling of the band.
Yeah. Yeah, if you listen to this and you're not much into this kind of music, this is the song you want to start out with, in my opinion. I wouldn't jump in with Crucified.
No.
Because that's a love letter to Lifeless. So. Now that I think about it, because Lifeless had the dude Crucified on the album.
Oh, true. Very nice.
Yeah.
Anything else for Spit here?
I can't say anything else that wouldn't be the same thing I've been saying.
It's cool, man. Check it out.
Yeah.
Number 8, which is Picture Perfect.
Number 8, Picture Perfect. Why the fuck do I not have that pulled up?
To me, this is another callback, throwback, almost a sequel to a previous song of theirs from Vanity titled You Broke Like Glass.
This might have been my favorite one day of the week.
What?
And I'm looking at the lyrics and stuff, remembering the song. Mm-hmm. Picture perfect with your rock cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This might be your favorite?
One of them. I meant on any given day.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if Tuesday,
this could be my favorite tomorrow.
Yeah. If Tuesdays was what was that one you said? What's my favorite?
Laid to Waste in the Shit of Man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This might have been my Wednesday.
Okay. So today.
Yeah. Well, Spit's, the weekend jam.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Again, this one has a lot of swag to it as well.
Yeah. Especially that, God, I can't do it justice on the mic, but it's
on. Oh, I thought you were going to sing.
Man. Yeah, I can't sing that. Smoking glass ain't got no shame.
There you go. Yeah. That sounded good. Do you remember You Broke Like Glass?
Vaguely.
Okay.
I haven't listened to it in years.
It was kind of like how do I describe the song? It was almost like this sound-wise, a little bit, but it's like someone, again, breaking straight edge. I think that's what the song is about. And this just seemed like a sequel to me. I don't know. You have to go back and listen to it, I guess, and see if you agree or not.
Maybe it's making fun of, people who put up a perfect veal. Cocaine, kind of like a rich person's drug. Mm-hmm. Picture perfect, all successful.
Mm-hmm. But actually, you got a problem.
Yeah. And, smoking glass, I guess, I don't know what smoking glass would be. Maybe smoking crack. Mm-hmm. Because isn't it like you cook cocaine to make crack or something?
I don't know anything about drugs. I'm straight edge.
Oh, my bad, yeah. I am too, as I drink this Miller Lite over here. But you never told me what you really were. I guess hiding a addiction.
Mm-hmm. Oh, tell me that line.
Which one?
What you just said.
You never told me what you really were, another lie, but now I see right through you.
Oh, okay. I can hear it in my head. I've listened to this album so much. When I just read the lyrics, I can hear it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Sitting pretty, at least you thought you were, until your walls came down, and now I know your game.
See, it's definitely found out somebody's dark secret, perhaps, or
now
something.
I know why you're so skinny.
Yeah. Just anti-drug song. Again, I'm pretty sure.
Gave me a reason to hate myself for ever knowing you.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's pretty cold, right?
Yeah.
That's hard as nails.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You're out of my life forever.
Yeah.
Basically.
Clean your nose off. Get the fuck out.
Keep going.
With what? This song?
Whatever we're talking about, yeah.
Well, I guess there's not much more to say about this song. I mean, it has the same message. It's steady as fuck. It's got that swag.
Yeah. Again.
The rock back and forth, like sitting pretty with your rock cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a...
it's a rock and roll song, dude.
It's a rock and roll song, maybe almost like a parody, maybe. Like, you rockers are obviously probably on drugs more often than not. Maybe that's kind of a tie-in. Maybe that's why it's like kind of like that, you know?
Yeah.
If they put that much thought in it, I don't know.
I mean, if they're putting that much thought into this, they probably drew that for the other one too, like looking around and seeing all this filth and shit. Which song was that we were talking about where like they look around, they don't like what they see?
Laid to waste, shit of man. Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're talking about too, being around all these, you know, rockers who just do drugs and shit.
Maybe. You done with it?
I'm done with it.
Number 9, fake leather jacket.
And that's like an awesome opening sample.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Nick Cage. I mean, come on.
Yeah. The guy's like, you look like a clown in this stupid jacket. You know, this is a snakes. God damn! Have another beer, Kyle. This is a snakeskin jacket, and for me, it's a symbol of my individuality and my belief in personal freedom. And then the first guy who made a comment was like, "Asshole."
Yeah, this is from the movie Wild at Heart. I believe it's a Lynch film, right?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh, all right.
I didn't even know it was Nick Cage until you told me.
You couldn't tell that was Nick Cage?
No.
Come on.
No.
All right, so fake leather jacket. What's this motherfucker about?
Man, you made a promise you just couldn't keep. Said you made me famous the year of the V. That's about that goddamn record company, isn't it?
This might be about Epic or whatever it was, yeah. To me, this was like a big fuck you music industry song.
Well, listen to this song. But you're just so epic, full of shit.
Yeah.
That says it right there, right?
Yeah.
Do we need to dive any more into it?
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
And I don't want to hear another word, your arrogance. It makes me sick as I feel my stomach turn.
Yeah, and then we get later on in the song, he's like, liar, sadist, corporate, rapist. I mean, it's pretty on the nose.
Kind of whispers it like, liar. Yeah. And then you got that sweet ass singing part where it's like, and I don't need a reason, I think you're aware. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like this one?
I like them all, brother.
Yeah, okay.
Damn.
This is probably the first time you revisited this since kind of it came out, or, you know, those few weeks you listened to it when it came out?
I would say a few months it came out. Like,
oh, it was sure. Yeah, but still, maybe in a year you haven't listened to it.
No. It used to, back when I had my other vehicle, it used to get plenty of rotation. Mm-hmm. But the CD player in the new vehicle doesn't work. So it was the first CD I popped in to listen to.
Okay.
But now it's stuck in there and I'll never get it back.
It doesn't play, though?
Doesn't play at all. Won't eject it.
That's lame.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because, like, go off the tracks here for a minute. The CD player.
They gotta stop saying that.
Yeah. We get it. That's the show. It has 6-disc changer in it, right? Mm-hmm. Full of, like, Christian gospel. Okay. Play perfectly.
Yeah.
Take them all out. Put in my 18 Visions record. Mm-hmm. Doesn't play at all. Mm-hmm. Couple weeks later, won't even eject it. Won't even try to play it. Acts like nothing's there. So I thank God took my 18 Visions record.
Oh. God damn him.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa.
And James is kind of a Christian now, right?
Is he? Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember hearing that from you.
But I don't know if he's done or not.
I think he
took the label off on Twitter. He had it on Twitter saying he was Christian, but then it was gone. So I don't know. Fake leather jacket. Yeah, it's a rocker.
You know, now that I'm looking at the sample, right?
Yeah.
Idiot Punk, that would be 18 Visions, right?
What?
The Idiot Punk is who says you look like a clown in that stupid jacket. Mm-hmm. And then the Sailor, who is Nick Cage, as you said. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is a snakeskin jacket, and for me it's a symbol of my individuality and my belief in personal freedom. Mm-hmm. Screams Poser, right?
The Nick Cage character?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
And maybe let
me see where you're going with it.
Maybe that's
before I jump on board.
Maybe that's them taking a stab at Epic. Because Epic is this big corporate record label.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And they're like this underground metal band. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to relate to them. Maybe they can't they just come off as douchey.
So you're saying the label executive walked in wearing a leather jacket and be like, yeah, I'm cool with you guys.
Yeah. What's up, dudes? Hear you rock pretty hard. Bang, bang. Or I could just be reading way too deep into it.
Maybe. But yeah, there's got to be something to this title, right? Fake leather jacket.
Yeah.
Definitely some kind of poser-esque comment.
Maybe the leather jacket isn't fake. Maybe it's the person wearing the leather jacket.
Perhaps, yeah. Got anything for this song? Anything else?
That's all for me.
All right. Another cool one. I'm probably going to say that for all of them. So let's just get to the last one. This is number 10. For this, I sacrifice. What you got for us?
I'm 98% sure I wrote that riff.
How many percent?
98.
Why do you say that?
Come on. You know what song I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've heard this song, yeah. What's the song?
You don't remember me busting that out of practice before this album came out?
Which one? Was it Warsaw?
No. It was, the bum, 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 bum.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck it. They can have it.
If only we had the recording.
Yeah.
Maybe we could sue. Any takeaway from this other than the Blade Runner sample?
This is the end of the album.
Yep, you got it.
Well, that's summing it up because, I mean, it's a summary. If you read the lyrics, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Love, love, the only way I can erase the day. And if you just go off this whole right, they're having a shitty day. They're looking around. They see filth around them. Coked up rockers on the same level. This douchebag handler from Epic Records.
Mm-hmm.
And the love of the fans is the only thing that can erase all that away.
Mm.
You know, this song has never ended. Hey, we never went away. Feed upon it. The life is so complicated deep inside it. Shut down.
Sweetest sound that we created. For this, I sacrifice.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's a love letter to the fans.
The fans, or, just, like, to music in general, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they never really gave that up. They stopped 18 Visions, but this guy went to this band, James started his own band, blah, 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 you know.
And, I mean, they just seem super appreciative of their fans. I mean, look how you were treated when you reached out to McDeath. He didn't have to give you the time of day.
Mm-hmm.
He could have deleted his whatever you called that.
Could have blocked me.
Could have blocked you. But no, he chose to develop a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, some hillbilly from Kentucky. He's like, I go hang out with porn stars and have my own t-shirt merchandise company, and this little podunk in his trailer doesn't fucking do anything.
Wow.
Probably the most famous kid will ever fucking get is licking it off my boots.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
That's kind of mean.
Sorry. I was told to call you out more.
Oh. By who?
Fan of our other show.
Can I get a name?
Josie.
Oh, really?
Or Brian. He called me. He probably told me his name was Brian, so, like, if I'm checking, like, an airport registry, because he said he wanted to kill me because it would help the popularity of our other show. But, probably told me Brian so I wouldn't see a Josie on a flight manifest and try to get off the flight or something.
All right, so this is the end of the album.
That's it. Yeah, I definitely think this is a love letter to the fans.
Yeah, you might hear the love part and like, hey, maybe this is like a love song or whatever, but I think it's a little more than that, and I think it is about the music, or perhaps like Kyle saying the fans, and because previously we just fucked the music industry before this song.
Yeah.
But now we're back, our own terms.
Now we're cuddling with it.
We're cool, you know? But we still like making the music, but maybe the corporate level is a little fucked up.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm pretty sure, pretty true.
We love the sausage, we just don't like how it's made.
Yeah. So I guess that wraps it up. Do you have any...
What did you take away from this album? Or this song?
The song, I said love letter to music.
Well, I said that actually.
No, actually.
Or no, you said music, I said fans.
Yeah, I wrote it down over here on my notes.
Are you saying my opinion isn't legit because I don't have any notes?
Yeah, he's just making this shit up as he goes.
Oh, whatever. It's been up here all week.
All right, so do you have any wrap-up thoughts overall about the album? Anything like that? I
hope I'm not overselling it by saying this, but As far as 10-year layoffs go and returning bands, this is probably one of the best return albums.
I said that the other day, and then you laughed at me.
Did I? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm stealing it.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Why'd I laugh at you for?
No, I said maybe I'm a little biased, and you're like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Oh, okay.
You are biased.
Yeah, well,
you love
true.
everything they do.
This is perhaps the greatest return album of all time. I'm just going to say it. Tell you like it is, all right?
You see, you put it at number 1. I'm like, I don't know about that.
It's in the discussion.
Because somebody's going to be like, well, what about Aerosmith when they came back?
Which one was that?
I don't know, back when they did the thing with Run DMC.
Well, that was pretty good.
Yeah. See? Now 18 Visions is number 2.
Yeah, well, Aerosmith's probably number 2.
I'm just kidding.
All right, so you want to put over the album or anything else we didn't touch on here? I don't know.
I'm going to give it 5 Miller Lights out of 5.
Very good.
For a straight edge record.
High praise. Now, I do love this album. It was a great comeback album because, of course, like we said, a 10-year break. I didn't know what to expect from this album.
Yeah, you really didn't know what you were getting. I really thought we were going to get self-titled Part 2.
Yeah, maybe, because they had such a drastic change in their career already. Then you add a 10-year break, and it's like, well, what are they going to do? I mean, would they really go back to that sound? And, well, yeah, kind of, they did.
Yeah. Why do you think they never got as, bigger than what they were? Because, I mean, heavy bands got popular for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Too soon?
Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah.
10 years, no, maybe not 10 years, 5 years before their time.
Do you think it was because they didn't actually fit a particular mold? Because you think about the early 2000s, metal bands kind of had a certain mold.
Give it to me.
Killswitch Engage, Shadows Fall,
mm-hmm.
To a lesser extent Unearth. Just that sound where it's we're going to, you'll hit that root note and then they'll play a single line, Atreyu, 18 Vision, or not 18 Visions, but Avenged Sevenfold's Unholy Confessions is a good example.
Mm-hmm.
Where you would have the screaming aggressive verse and then you have the poppy chorus.
Yeah.
18 Visions, to me, I don't really remember them playing single notes at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a chug-chug rhythm playing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I think the reason why they didn't take off is because they've always, to me, seems like they've always associated more with the punk, hardcore crowd
mm-hmm.
than the actual metal crowd.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, maybe sound-wise, they were too this and not enough that for one side or the other. Looks-wise, it's they don't look like a metal band or whatever, just too scattered and different, and people didn't know how to place them, I guess. I don't know.
And I mean, it seems like a lot of bands.
It's like I said, they're this metal / hardcore band, but they're in nice suits, nice hair, but also at the same time, they got this classic rock swagger to them. What's going on? Maybe it just confused people.
They definitely should have been bigger than what they were.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But there's a whole written thing about this somewhere. Maybe it was Metal Sucks or something. I can't remember, but talking about how people probably owe them or they were ahead of their time or something like that I read. So maybe you can find that. Learn a little about the band. I don't know. But yeah, they did recently, and not announce, but kind of alluded to the fact that they're working on another album. So I'm excited to see what that's going to be, and maybe we'll cover that when it drops. Hopefully later this year.
Sounds good.
All right, so do you want to talk about what's coming up in about 2 weeks on this show? Because we kind of talked about it earlier, where we're not going to just cover heavy stuff. We might mix it up a little bit.
We're definitely mixing it up. I don't want it to just be rock and metal.
It won't be just rock. It won't just be metal. It won't be just things that we already listen to and like either. I think we'll try things that we never even listened to.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Maybe I'll make Kyle listen to something he hates that I know he'll hate and make him try to say something positive about it. And maybe Kyle will do the same to me. And you want to talk about the next album you picked for us to cover, which is drastically different from this, I would assume.
I wanted to do something as left field as I could from our previous 2 entries, Alice in Chains and 18 Visions. So next week, we will be doing Dwight Yoakam's Guitars, Cadillacs, etc., etc.
There's 2 etceteras?
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I will admit already, I've never listened to this album.
Me neither.
So I don't even know if I can name you a Dwight Yoakam song.
Guitars and Cadillacs, dude. It's in the fucking title.
Sorry. I didn't know it was the title track or whatever.
Well,
I just know him from Sling Blade and Crank.
Yeah. I'll tell my story of seeing Dwight Yoakam live.
Oh, that happened.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look forward to that in 2 weeks. Should we plug some stuff?
Yeah. Do we have a 4th album lined up?
We look at the calendar and see how close we're getting. Say our first episode is going to release on the 21st of August.
It's 2 weeks away.
And then this one would release on the 4th, if I recall correctly.
You putting it out bi-weekly?
Yeah.
Yep. On the 4th.
So
September 4th.
Dwight would drop.
Not on the 11th, but September the 18th.
And then the next, and 2 weeks from that would be October?
Yep, October 2nd.
So October, the plan is I want to do horror-themed kind of albums or, closely related, talking Misfits or, something like that,
okay.
For all October.
I want to do a rap record.
And, is it horror related?
No.
We'll just wait 3 weeks and we'll get to it.
Okay. I just wanted to go another.
I just wanted to tie in for the, kind of celebrate the month,
Okay. I just wanted to, I want to do something from left field from Dwight and Alice in Chains stuff. So.
Well, we'll definitely get to it.
Okay. Because it was the thing I was originally going to want to do.
Don't worry, I got a rap album for you in October.
Oh, I bet you do. I'm sure you'll be picking every one.
And you're going to love it.
In October. I can't wait. But, this one, the reason why we're doing Dwight instead of this one is because I was like, I want to get away from something so aggressive for a minute.
It's going to be interesting. Like I said, and Kyle said it too, he's never listened to the album. I guess he's actually listened to Dwight before, though.
Yeah.
But, it might be a different show.
So check it out next week. We're going to be covering Dwight Yoakam.
Well, 2 weeks from today.
Yeah.
Well, depending on what day you're listening to this, who knows?
Yeah. So this is going to be bi-weekly, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that cool?
It's fine.
All right.
Yeah. But
you want to talk about our other shows?
Sure. Our other podcast, our main one, is Boy Meets World, where we cover the show Boy Meets World, seasons 1 through 7, the entire series.
Mm-hmm. We're currently on season 3.
Yep.
Been doing it for a minute. If you want to check that out, you can find all the links over on Twitter at Boar Meets World. We have another show called Half Hour Haunts, where we cover what would you say? Like Halloween specials of sitcoms, horror anthologies.
Yeah, and we try to keep it semi-nostalgic, like 90s, early 2000s. Mm-hmm. For example, our first 2 episodes are covering the 2-part premiere of Goosebumps, The Haunted Mask.
Yeah.
And our 3rd episode is the Halloween episode of Brotherly Love called Witchcraft.
Yeah, you'll be hearing that. The show will actually be out before that. That show will be dropping in October as well, so get ready for that. You can get ready for that at Half Hour Haunts on Twitter. Of course, this show is Off the Tracks, and that's at Off the Tracks Pod on Twitter. Anything else?
That's it. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, check out 18 by 18 Visions. We both loved it. And if you want to hear more from them, I think their Twitter is at 18V _official. So check that out. And we'll see you in 2 weeks with Dwight. Keep on rocking in a free world.
That's Neil Young.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get to him.
See y'all later.